Good morning. Attorney General William Barr is refusing to appear before a House committee today after an intense day of testimony on Wednesday.
2 days after a deadly shooting at UNC Charlotte, we're hearing about one victim's ultimate sacrifice to save his classmates.
And in other news, we're pulling at your heartstrings this morning as a man who is deaf adopts a puppy that is deaf.
Oh.
So cute.
All right, take a look at your screen. It's a beautiful shot of out of the Mariana Islands there. The sun is setting there. Boy,
Pretty sunset.
Absolutely gorgeous. But if you told me that that was like Anna Maria Island, I'd believe it.
You could believe
by
it.
That shot right there. But beautiful shot there on
Our
this
sunsets
Thursday morning.
are a little prettier.
Pretty good here, right?
Yeah.
All right, good morning, beautiful people. I'm Zachary Thomas.
Thanks for waking up on the bright side with us. I'm Allison Kraft.
And I'm Rob Finnerty. We're going to get you in the know in just a minute, but first let's get a check on traffic and weather. Grant, good morning.
That's up against any in the entire world, you know? I mean, they're beautiful almost every single day. Guys, it's going to be a beautiful sunrise this morning, though. Sunset is going to be tough. We've got clear skies in some spots now. Temperatures in the low and mid 70s. Here's what's heading our way. Widespread showers, even a few isolated showers or isolated storms and downpours. Later on this afternoon, Futurecast shows you the first half of the day rain-free, but more widespread showers and storms really take over as we head through the second half of the afternoon into the evening. No severe weather expected, but we could see some minor flooding. 1 to 2 inches of rain will be possible. That best chance of rain really develops as we go through the middle part of the afternoon.
Yeah, keep that in mind as you're commuting home today.
Yeah.
All right, so right now it's pretty quiet in terms of crashes, but we do have a road closure for construction. There are some railroad repairs in Plant City. Knights Griffin Road, it's closed from Paul Buckman Highway, which is 39, all the way to North Wilder Road. There are detour signs posted there, but you can take Sam Allen or I-4 as your detour.
We want to make the most of the time you have with us this morning, even if that is just a few minutes.
So let's get you in the know, and let's do it right now. We start in Washington, where Attorney General William Barr is refusing to return to Capitol Hill today to appear before the House Judiciary Committee, where Democrats plan to have staff lawyers ask him more questions.
Barr was grilled by senators yesterday. Democrats demanded answers about his interpretation of the Mueller report, specifically on the issue of obstruction of justice. Some demanded he resign.
There's something very different between firing a special counsel outright, which suggests ending the investigation, and having a special counsel removed for conflict, which suggests that you're going to have another special counsel.
Now Democrats want to hear from Robert Mueller himself. He could testify sometime later this month. Robert Kraft will be in court for his next hearing.
So far, the Patriots owner has had his lawyers appear on his behalf. Kraft is accused of soliciting a prostitute twice in an 18-hour period at a South Florida day spa in Jupiter in January, just hours before his team traveled to Kansas City and beat the Chiefs in the AFC Championship game. And here's a question that we've been asking for months now. Should teachers be allowed to carry guns in the classroom? Florida lawmakers say yes.
They passed a controversial school safety bill that's now waiting for the governor's signature. It's based on the recommendations from the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School Public Safety Commission. Most school districts in our area say that they will not let teachers have guns. The public defenders representing the admitted Parkland shooter cannot leave the case. They wanted Nikolas Cruz to hire private lawyers with the money that he's inheriting from his mother. The judge decided that money should be set aside for the victims' families. In North Carolina last night, students gathered to honor the victims of the shooting at the UNC Charlotte this week. 2 people were killed.
19-year-old Ellis Parler and 21-year-old Riley Howell were in class when the shooter opened fire. Howell tried to tackle the shooter, and this morning he's being called a hero.
And he took the fight to the assailant, and he unfortunately had to give his life to do so, but he saved lives doing so.
4 other people were also shot. 22-year-old Tristan Terrell is charged with 2 counts of murder and 4 counts of attempted murder. Let's go to Arizona now. In a tragic accident, an 8-month-old girl drowned in a toilet.
Investigators say that a teenage family member was watching her. Paramedics did CPR, and they brought the baby to the hospital, but doctors just could not save her.
Once they teeter over, they have no upper body strength to then remove them from that dangerous situation.
I think we're all used to hearing about pools and watching your children around pools, but maybe not so much, in the confines of your home.
You have to think about everything, don't you? That's so scary to think about. Police are not going to press charges.
Praying for that family.
Believers from every major religion are taking part in the 68th annual National Day of Prayer.
President Trump says he hopes it brings people together in the wake of several attacks on Jews and Muslims. There will be a local ceremony at 11 o'clock this morning at Armature Works. Around 600 people are expected to attend. Today is also Holocaust Remembrance Day. This year's theme is the war within the war, the struggle of the Jews to survive during the Holocaust. 6 million Jews were killed by the Nazis during World War II, and survivors say it's still important to remember so this never happens again.
All right, well, it's time for those Did You Hear About stories that you want to know about. So, in other news, you ready for this morning? In Vegas, you can now light up in a Mary Jane lounge. Yeah, the city council in Las Vegas approved recreational marijuana use in a lounge that's located in downtown Vegas. Now, this solves the problem of where do I smoke? Because now it's legal to smoke marijuana in Vegas. So you can't do it in public. You can't do it in hotels or casinos, but you can go to this specific lounge in downtown Vegas and I don't know, it's like a cigar lounge. I guess.
It's like a hookah. You ever go
Yeah,
to a lounge
absolutely,
and
yeah.
smoke hookah? It's like that. They're trying to make it that common.
Yeah, and there are only a couple of other places that has lounges, San Francisco, and there's a city in Alaska.
Yeah, Juneau, Alaska.
Yeah. And there's a new Bachelorette capital, and guess what? It's not Vegas anymore. Anybody can take a guess. Don't read the prompter.
Finally, St. Pete, baby, here we go.
No. Okay, the NFL draft was there this year.
Nashville.
Nashville, Tennessee, the Music City, baby. Party goers are flocking from all over going there. Business owners say statistically they host more bachelorette parties, but Vegas still makes more money.
Of course.
Because it's a casino.
Yeah.
And Vegas is actually one of my favorite places to go. So, yeah, I give them a lot of money.
Here's the only thing with Nashville. They get a lot of cold weather there.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's not as like welcoming in
So does Vegas, though.
January.
Vegas is cold.
Vegas is really cold,
but
yeah,
not
yeah.
on the par with like
Well, the
7
thing
inches
is,
of snow or
Nashville,
something like
so
that.
many bachelorette parties have been going to Nashville. They're banned from doing certain things in the city.
Right.
Like they can't do some of the bus tours
Yeah.
if you're doing a bachelorette party because it's got so rowdy there.
Right, the girls.
The ladies.
And the guys. the girls.
Go down, all right.
Got a party.
Well, it's the perfect match in Maine. Check this out. This is really cute. A deaf man adopted a puppy who is also deaf, and they share an amazing bond, y'all. Nick found 12-week-old Emerson through a Facebook post and knew right away the two were meant to be.
He came straight to me at the door and stopped right on my foot and stayed there. So you can tell he kind of picked me. And I knew right there and then that we would get along well and understand each other pretty good. The bond that we have is awesome.
I know some people that don't own pets and that don't really care about dogs. Just don't understand how great dogs are for people, you know? And Nick even uses visual commands to train Emerson. He already knows to sit and lie down, and he also responds to certain tones and pitches.
Goosebumps. Rob's over here tearing up.
Yeah, that's like, I gotta be strong right
That's
now.
the best story of the morning. That's
isn't
so
that so
good.
cute? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
You
right.
all right, Rob?
That's just that kind of thing. It just melts your heart.
It does. Aw, look at you. That's so cute having that story.
I love dogs. I love dogs.
Love that. So I know you're looking forward to the weekend.
Yeah.
We all are, right? It's Thursday. We are almost there. We've got some rain headed our way, though. Grant's going to show it to you in our forecast that's coming up after the break.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday, May 2nd. Taking a live look at the harbor in Tarpon Springs.
That's a good-looking picture right there,
The
huh?
sponge docks out there. I love Tarpon Springs. Good morning.
Yeah, it's so fun.
Thanks for being with us today on Brightside.
Yeah, good Thursday morning. Everybody's morning's a little bit different. Maybe you're sitting there drinking coffee this morning, you're getting the kids ready, but we want you to see what you're doing. Look at this picture. Samantha Can of Tampa Bay.
Yeah, she lives in St.
It looks like St. Pete, right? I was going to say, that looks like St. Pete.
Yep.
She shared this rainbow with us.
Yeah, wow.
How cool is that? A lot of rainbow pictures I
in
saw.
the marina downtown.
Yeah, is it
Yeah.
the pier being built way behind?
Yep.
Yeah, just off to the
behind.
right.
That's
Yep.
the angle?
Right,
Okay.
probably like where that rainbow is coming
Yeah.
out of.
Yeah.
So send us your pictures. What are you up to this morning? Use the hashtag #MorningShot. We want to see it. We'll share it right here on Brightside. school year is coming to an end. Have you taken the time to thank your child's teacher? Think about how much time they've invested in your kid. 5 days a week, 8 hours a day.
It adds up. And Brightside's Jenny Dean is taking us inside the classroom to meet the people who are shaping young minds in today's Good to Know.
When you think about education, it's easy to get caught up in the politics and the policies of what our kids are learning and how they're being taught, and more recently, their safety and security. But what about the teachers? Why do they choose this sometimes thankless job? I wanted to take you inside the classroom to get their perspective. I asked each teacher 3 questions. What do you love about teaching? What do you wish all parents knew? And what advice do you have for other teachers? We start in Pasco County at R.B. Cox Elementary in Brenda Roberts' pre-K classroom. She's been teaching for 41 years and even tried to retire, but a year later came back to doing what she loves.
Awesome. It's my heart, and these are the joys. I call them my garden. It's like gardening. You know, it's something that you're doing, something that you're creating, or something that you're giving that solid foundation to start out successfully. It is a love. It is a love. It is a love. It's not the pay at all. What do I call this class? You are your child's first and far most important teacher. Whatever your child sees you doing, that's what they want to do. You know, I would like to see what I'm doing here being carried over. I like for parents to come out and volunteer and be involved. That's what I would like to see. So I'm going to turn the page. I would tell them to hang in there, stick with it, because we need wonderful teachers, and these children need wonderful teachers. You're awesome. I love that. Kiss your brain.
Brenda says a lot has changed over the years. There's a lot more paperwork, but she says one thing has remained the same: the love she has for her students and her school family. Be sure to watch at this same time on Tuesday. When I take you over to Pinellas County, you'll meet Nicole Kengott, a teacher who's been in the classroom now for 10 years.
Oh, Jenny, such good stuff. You know, everybody and everyone watching, we all have had at least one teacher that had a huge impact on us as we were in school and kind of growing up, and it's so important to remember them and the difference they can make in kids' lives. It's unbelievable.
You truly do. I'm always impressed with the passion that the teachers have for the students, to the education, to the school, all of that. It's great. So,
all right, let's talk weather, Grant. We've got some changes in the air today. Maybe pack the umbrella this morning.
Yeah, you're not going to need it this morning, Rob, but you'll definitely need it later this afternoon. If not the umbrella, the raincoat, or just prepared to make the mad dash from the car inside later on this afternoon. We're calm right now. It's actually a nice morning. Temperatures at 73 degrees. Dew points are a little high at 68 degrees, so humidity's up around 84% right now. But cloud cover moving in from the southeast, and working with temperatures for the most part everywhere in the low and mid 70s. We're up around 87 degrees. That's our high temperature this afternoon, but once the rain really takes over, those temperatures are going to drop. 70% chance for scattered showers and storms through the afternoon into early evening, and then once we lose the sun, once the sun sets, a lot of the rain will begin to taper off. But here's what's heading our way. You can see those widespread showers moving out of the Bahamas into southeast Florida this morning. This is associated with a trough of low pressure that, if this was June or July, it would have a much better chance of developing into a system. Right now, it's actually got some shear that's really keeping it from developing. But it's over some warm waters. Now, it'll track to the northwest. It doesn't do anything over the Florida Peninsula, but as it moves into the western Atlantic there off the coast of the Carolinas, there's a possibility that it starts to slowly develop. Now, it's a small possibility, only a 20% chance that it develops into a tropical system, but still, it's moving in and it's bringing with it some tropical moisture. So that's why you should plan on that rain later today. We get into the heat of the day, and there you see those scattered showers and storms beginning to develop. That's 2 o'clock. Watch what happens between 2 until around 5 or 6 o'clock. Same thing, on and off showers, pockets of heavy rain. We could see 1 to 2 inches of rain fall before the rain begins to taper off as we go through the overnight hours, even into early tomorrow morning. A lingering isolated shower, but at that point, that area of low pressure begins to move away, and so will those showers and those storms. Again, rainfall totals could be between 1 to 2 inches, so we could see some localized flooding through the evening. I don't think it lasts long. I don't think it's widespread, but certainly those typical spots. We may find some water hanging around for a little while. After that, the storm system begins to move away, and it shapes up for what should be a pretty decent Saturday. However, into Sunday, a cold front starts to move in from the north and west, and that will bring back our chance of rain as we go into the second half of the weekend. 7-day forecast looks like this: 87 degrees today with that good chance for showers and storms this afternoon. 30% chance of a morning shower tomorrow, increasing sunshine tomorrow afternoon. Mainly dry on Saturday. Sunday we'll have that better chance for showers and thunderstorms, and then relatively small rain chances next week with temperatures in the upper 80s.
All right, if you're just getting ready to head out the door, we do have a crash in Tampa that I've been keeping an eye on. The slowdown has been hit or miss, so sometimes we're seeing those slower speeds on eastbound Linebaugh Avenue, which we're seeing right now as it makes that intersection with Gun Highway, but sometimes it's back in the green, so you're able to get by. It's just going to be possibly slowing you down as you make the approach in that area. Another crash that's slowing people down as you're making that northbound drive on US 19, right just north of Beacon Woods Drive. You are going to be detoured around this area, so plan for an extra few minutes as that crash is investigated. Taking a live look here at I-4, right around US 41 and 50th Street, downtown Tampa here in the background. All of our interstates are moving in the green, so we haven't seen anything to slow you down as you head out the door on I-4 from Polk Parkway to I-75. It's taking you 14 minutes and another 9 minutes on to 275. We want to check in on our bridges as well. The Sunshine Skyway looking great, a 10-minute drive to cross in both directions, and our other Bay Area bridges also looking pretty good as you're heading out the door. So if you're heading on the Courtney Campbell, it's going to take you 10 minutes to cross. The Howard Franklin is at 7 and the Gandy is at 5.
All right, when Brightside comes back, what do Microsoft Solitaire, Mortal Kombat, and Dance Dance Revolution have in common? The Video Game Hall of Fame. Welcome back to Brightside, everybody. Thanks for being with us. I'm Rob Finnerty. May the 2nd is the date. Thursday morning is the day. The women were crushing it for the Bucks on Wednesday. Yesterday, the team's new female coaches met with the media for the very first time. Let's just say they're pumped up for the season. And it was a very rough day for the Tampa Bay Rays. Twice in one day. We've got more on Brightside Sports. Check it out.
The Bucks are breaking barriers. The first two female coaches on the same staff in NFL history, Lori Locust and Meryl Javita-Farr. They met the media yesterday for the first time since joining the Bucs staff. As Lori said, quote, "I've never been treated as anything but a coach." The two fit in pretty well.
Young women that are following behind and want to get into this profession, hopefully, the work of like Katie Sowers and, Catherine Smith, and now myself and MJ, maybe that broadens the path a little bit.
The Bucs are doing things well and giving other people and other women and all of us opportunities to show that we can do it too.
Certainly living a dream. Quite a nightmare for the Rays in Kansas City. Dropped game one of the doubleheader. Blake Snell got shelled in game two. It's rare you ever see Snell with back-to-back bad starts. As Kevin Cash said yesterday, he just could never get right. Allowed 7 earned in 3+ innings. Kevin Kiermaier after the doubleheader sweep, quote, "It's unacceptable." They got a chance to redeem themselves today. 2:15, first pitch. Charlie Morton on the hill after his last start. He went 7 scoreless against the Red Sox. He can stop the bleeding. Well, all your coverage and a full recap coming up on 10 News this evening.
Researchers at UCLA have developed a device they say can generate electricity out of snow. While the technology doesn't produce enough electricity to serve as an alternative energy source, the small amount of electricity could be used from weather instrumentation to powering wearable clothing technology. If you've got a minute, meteorologist Grant Gilmore explains the science behind this cool technology.
We all know what static electricity is, right? Who hasn't shuffled around on the carpet only to end up shocking or getting shocked when you accidentally touch someone? But let me back up. Everything you know is made up of atoms. These babies consist of 2 parts, a central core called a nucleus, which has a positive charge, surrounded by a cloud of tiny things called electrons that have a negative charge. Together, these 2 parts balance each other out, but depending on its makeup, some atoms can actually pull the electrons off of other atoms, leaving them unbalanced with a positive charge. And the more this happens, the greater a charge is able to build. And there's your static electricity. Simply put, snow tang uses static electricity to generate a charge. The device is a thin sheet of silicone with a negative charge, while snow is, you guessed it, positively charged. So when snow comes in contact with the surface, the silicone actually steals some of the snow's electrons, producing a small charge. And that's what the snow tang is able to catch. Have this happen over and over again, and you've got yourself electricity.
Look at that. I just love knowledge, don't you? Well, if it's streaming, screening, or just heating up Hollywood, Brightside is all over it. Here's the buzz. Who likes video games? Well, it's time to honor the video games that have entertained and influenced us over the years. Just a few of the 12 finalists in the 2019 World Video Game Hall of Fame includes Candy Crush. I know a lot of you guys like that. Dance Dance Revolution, yeah, and Super Mario Kart, and Microsoft's, who remembers this? Solitaire.
Yeah, like with the green screen in the
Yeah,
background, old
like
school.
that was the thing to do at work and at school because there were no like other games.
I think some people are still doing it. But by the way, Mario Kart is just getting in.
Yeah,
That
it's
game
just
got
getting
me
in.
through college.
Oh, I love it on Sega. And the winners will be inducted into the Strong Museum in New York. Pretty cool, right? Well, the last wish of Claire Walton was to meet the cast of Game of Thrones, but she thought, hey, that was silly, and just asked to watch the last episode instead. However, the agency surprised Claire with her original wish. They got 10 of the cast members to send videos saying hello, including the Night King, which she watched alongside the Battle of Winterfell. Walton died on Monday night.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah,
Wow.
right. What a wish, though, right?
Yeah. And they
just
made
for
that come true.
In these guys' busy schedule, they did this. You know,
good.
That's good news.
They're good people, yeah.
And the 2019 Billboard Music Awards hit the MGM Garden Arena in Las Vegas last night. It did not disappoint, I will say that. Kelly Clarkson hosted, Cardi B killed the game with a casual 21 nominees, and Drake became the most awarded artist in Billboard Music Award history at 27, with 12 of those wins from last night.
I mean, he's not that much older than 27, too. He's a young guy.
Good career.
What are you going for now? Now that you have all of these awards, it's kind of like, what are you fighting for now?
You know what? They asked Tom Brady that same question when he won his 5th Super Bowl.
Of course
They
he goes
said-
to the
They said,
Patriots.
which one is your favorite Super Bowl win? And he said, the next one. Okay. So that applies here.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
Drake
Or
is
they don't
building.
necessarily do it for the awards, right? They
Right,
do
right.
it for the music, and they do it for the
And that's
fans,
true,
and they're
too,
doing it
yeah.
because they love making music.
When you
So
love
it's not really
something,
about
it is
that.
not work.
Right.
Absolutely.
That's why I do this.
Yeah, that's why we all do this.
All right, the friendly skies aren't so friendly when you're sitting in the noisiest part of the plane. Good morning, and we've got another case of hepatitis A in the Bay Area. If you've gone through a drive-through recently, like most of us, this could affect you.
Plus, we have a sunrise for you that is literally out of this world.
So cool. And we'll tell you where to sit if you want a little more peace and quiet on a plane.
But before we tell you more about that, this is a live shot courtesy of EarthCam out of Dubai. One of the places that I am very curious about.
I
don't
know.
why. Dubai has just got me curious.
Glamorous.
There's a lot shaking over there in Dubai. You know, they got tall towers and nice beaches.
World's tallest building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very
Camels
tall. The Burj Khalifa. I
Dust
believe.
storms.
Yeah, a lot happening in the United Arab Emirates.
Good morning. Thank you for being with us here on The Bright Side. I'm Allison Kraft.
Who am I? I'm Jabari Thomas. This is Rob.
I'm Rob Finnerty. We're going to get you to know in just a minute, but first we want to welcome back Laura Byrne and send it over to Grant right now and get a look at weather. Grant, what's going on?
Get to Laura in a second. Yes, guys. Waking up this morning with temperatures in the low and mid 70s. For the most part, finding calm conditions, good weather this morning. Showers, storms, they really take over the area as we go through the second half of the day. You already see those showers moving in from the south and east. This is associated with a trough of low pressure that has a small chance developing into a tropical system, not for us, but as it moves away from us later on this week. We'll talk about that in a second. At the bus stop this morning, all calm, temperatures in the low to mid 70s as you start off your day. Partly sunny skies through lunchtime. The ride home will have showers and storms out there, some of which will produce some locally heavy rainfall. So the morning commute this morning, Laura's going to be fine weather-wise, but later on this afternoon, that's what we have to plan for.
Yeah, and your maps are showing areas where we're getting the most rain and those areas where we tend to see a lot of flooding too. So just keep that in mind, especially South Tampa drivers. But hey, I want to talk about a crash where we're seeing some new lane blockages right now in Manatee. It's in Manatee County, it's in Bradenton. So eastbound State Road 70, which is also 53rd, that is blocked from Lockwood Road all the way to Fairfield Boulevard. You're going to be detoured around that area. Plan for an extra few minutes. And over in Tampa, still seeing delays on eastbound Linebaugh Avenue at Bend Highway due to a crash.
All right, Laura, thank you and welcome back. We want to make the most of the time you have with us this morning, even if it's just for a few minutes.
So let's get you in the know. Hepatitis A is becoming a big problem across Tampa Bay. It's already popped up at 5 restaurants, and now there is a new case, and hundreds of teenagers could be at risk.
Scary stuff. These teens could have come in contact with it at the prom. And Brightside Sarah Rosario is joining us live from the health department, where a lot of them are expected to get vaccinated today. Sarah, good morning.
Good morning to you, Rob and Allison. Yeah, it is pretty scary. You know, I actually went to one of these high schools where these students are affected. So students at 2 different high schools, as you mentioned, are expected to show up here to the Hernando County Health Department in just a couple of hours. Those high schools are Central High School and Springstead High School. Here's what happened. They went to prom at Silverthorne Country Club, a well-known country club here in Hernando County. Turns out a worker there tested positive for hepatitis A. Take a look at these warnings that were sent out by the health department and the school district, warning students at both Central High and Springstead High about the person who has tested positive for hepatitis A. The health department was quickly flooded with phone calls, and here's what parents and students heard when they called the health department.
Please leave your name and number, and we will return your call. The mailbox is full and cannot accept any messages at this time. Goodbye.
Not what you want to hear when you're trying to get answers about who could have been infected with hepatitis A. So just yesterday, we told you about a case that popped up at Ferg Sports Bar in St. Petersburg. A dishwasher who did not have contact with food tested positive. There was no threat to customers, and the health department conducted a thorough investigation. All employees have been vaccinated. Back here in Hernando County, though, the health department is expected to open at 8 a.m. We could be seeing students lining up outside of the doors here. Health department will stay open a little longer. It'll close tonight at 7 p.m. Back to you.
From that outbreak to another, the measles keep spreading, and now a cruise ship has to be quarantined.
Yeah, the Free Winds ship, that's what it's called. It's actually owned by the Church of Scientology. It's docked right now in St. Lucia. 300 passengers and crew are stuck on board after a crew member tested positive for the virus. She's doing okay, but the ship will leave. Hopefully, they're hoping it leaves the island tonight. All right, let's go to Tallahassee right now, where lawmakers are sprinting to the finish line. Tomorrow marks the end of the legislative session, and there are still several big issues on the table.
A bill banning sanctuary cities is heading back to the Senate after the House made more changes. It would require cities to cooperate with federal immigration officials and turn over undocumented immigrants who get arrested or convicted for a crime. A bill to tighten regulations on cosmetic surgery is headed to the governor's desk. It will require surgery centers and doctors to prove they have money to pay out claims if they're found responsible for causing serious injuries.
Another bill now, this one could cost a lot of rideshare drivers their jobs. It's also waiting for Governor DeSantis' signature. Lawmakers want to allow self-driving cars on Florida roadways. The bill does set up specific insurance requirements that companies like Uber and Lyft would have to meet. We'll keep an eye on that one. And take a look at your screens right here. This absolutely crazy severe storms ripping across the states of Texas, really all the way up to the Northeast. New York as well had severe storms. At least 2 people have been killed.
So this is Ozark, Missouri. A tornado touched down here. You can tell by that damage.
Ooh.
Other parts of the country, they're also dealing with flooding, and more bad weather is expected today.
Excessive rain along with excessive snowpack has led to a situation along the Mississippi River.
Davenport, Iowa hasn't seen this much water since 1993. Floodwaters, which have now reached 22 feet, recently pushed through a temporary levee, swamping streets and parking lots. The storms in parts of the plains are expected to continue throughout the day today. Soaking rain may be accompanied by hail, strong winds, and possibly even more tornadoes.
I feel for all the people in the Midwest and the Plain States that have been dealing with this for a while. The White House is showing some more flexibility on getting disaster aid and funding to Puerto Rico. The island is still struggling to recover from Hurricane Maria. Parts of the Florida Panhandle need a lot more help as well. We'll keep an eye on progress there.
So we've shown you shots of sunrises and sunsets here on Earth.
Right.
You got to check this out, though.
This is pretty cool. This is a Martian sunset. Take a look. Breathe that in for a second, huh? Bet you've never seen that before, right there. Grant got up out of his chair. Yeah. That is a Martian sunset.
Oh, there's this. Okay. I'm
There's the
looking at
sun.
the top there. That's the sun. You can see all the
There's the
dust in the
sun.
air. There we go. Okay.
If we
Almost barely
were
reach it.
looking at a sunset in our area, this all right here would be the ocean.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because we
Crazy to see that,
face
huh?
the west.
Kind of looks like Nevada.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. NASA's InSight lander took this picture on April 25th at 6:30 p.m. That's Mars local time.
Good one, Rob.
Yeah.
Couldn't even get it out of your
Local
mouth.
time. They're on Mars.
It's pretty cool, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
nice.
cool.
Jabari?
All right, thanks, guys. Well, it's time for those Did You Hear About stories you want to know about. So, in other news, if you ever wanted to be an astronaut as a child, just know a toy is blasting off before you. Yeah. Blue Origin is sending a special guest on board its rocket that's launching today. UCF's throwback mascot, Citronaut. Yeah, the spacesuit wearing orange will be with UCF's experiments inside a capsule and will return to Earth after a short space flight. Now, the experiments will also include a study on microgravity, and this is going to help future astronauts prepare to safely work on the moon, asteroids, and other surfaces. And you know, I did some research. I was like, what if I wanted to send something to outer space? And I saw something, I think it's a Quora website. It says it can cost up to $10,000 to send a pound of something in space. So if you ever want, because I always wanted to do that, you know, like what would you guys send if you had a choice?
I'd take my entire vinyl collection of Beatles records.
Really?
Do you have that?
No, but you hear people say that kind of stuff. You know,
Yeah.
Like, you know. I don't know. I just want
I
a
don't
Mars
know.
rock. I want a moon rock.
Well, you've been thinking about this, so what would you send?
I've been thinking about it too. I mean, like, if any of my people were like, if I were to be cremated, which I don't want to be, I would probably want my ashes in space.
We'll be right back.
Is that ridiculous?
No.
Stay with us. More coming up.
I would always float away. There's no telling where I would end up, you know? Jupiter. Okay, we got to move on. All right. Well, flying can be really stressful for people and add noise to a plane. So I'm going to tell you guys the best place to sit on a plane that's like not as noisy, okay? Now, according to the Wall Street Journals, airlines can do as much as they can to make planes quieter, like adding more padding and insulation, but of course that adds weight and costs more money. So the best place to sit is in front of the plane's engine. Of course, this is why they put first class there, because it's quieter. But if you can't afford first class, they say sit on an aisle seat, because if you sit next to a window, that's where all the air is swooshing by. But then again, you can't really sleep. You know, I like to lean my head against the window.
Right, so then you can.
So yeah.
First class, they get off first, too.
Yeah.
This has been a recent thing, by the way. People behind me trying to get out before me.
Oh,
Guys,
yeah.
it goes your row, it goes their row.
It's
It goes
always
your row, it
like
goes their
that.
row. Don't as soon as that bing bong, you.
Yeah.
Who do you think you are?
Yeah.
Wait your turn.
Wait your turn. Tell him, Rob.
Yeah. Boom.
All right.
Man, he is
But anyway.
upset about that. Okay.
Moving on here. Who doesn't want to catch a foul ball when you're at a baseball game, right? Well, one guy tried it twice and he lost his food both times. Take a look at this video right here. All right, so he caught it. But he got it the first time. He lost his plate. But then the second time, he didn't get it. No, he didn't get it. And he drops this pizza on this poor lady's
like 26
head.
bucks worth of food right there.
How much?
True.
That's a lot. You know, it's expensive over there at Dodger Stadium.
How do you get two of these balls
Lucky.
headed straight for him?
I've been to a couple of
It's like
baseball
winning the lottery
games.
twice.
Right.
I've been to a couple of baseball games, and I didn't know anything about the foul area where the ball could come. And like, I almost got hit.
Yeah,
like,
that's
it's dangerous.
Come to a game with me, Jabari.
That's a fear of mine.
I'll show you the areas.
Okay, that's good. Thank you.
So make sure you have your umbrella with you as you head out the door today. Here's a look at the radar. We are expecting some rain. We'll talk about that coming up in just a minute. Good Thursday morning to you. Hope you're having a great start to your day. Check out this nice shot this morning of downtown Tarpon Springs. Nice and quiet to kick off the morning.
All right, whether you are a homemaker, a store owner, or just working for the weekend, money matters every day, so we are minding your business this morning. If you're in the mood to travel overseas before 2020 rolls around, you might want to check out Delta Airlines. The airline is resuming their non-stop flights from Mumbai to New York City this December. Delta stopped all flights to India in 2015 because the airline just wasn't making enough money on that service. But Delta says demand for the service between the U.S. and India has increased, so they are reinserting flights out of LaGuardia and JFK. All right, back here in our area, people are very serious about their Chick-fil-A, but check out your screens right now. The fast food chain is opening up their Wesley Chapel location today. People are camped out outside to get in there. The first 100 people get a year's supply of meals, so that's why they're out there. Doors open at 6 a.m., approximately 14 minutes from right now. But seriously camped out there, Grant.
Yeah.
You know?
First
But a
100
year's supply?
Right?
It's worth it.
I think so. I'd like to follow one of those people around for a year.
Right.
You know, and see if they actually do use that year's worth of food.
Yeah, I think you could.
I hope they do.
Challenge accepted.
Right, exactly, you know? Good stuff. Thank you, Rob. Hey, guys, clear skies out there right now. At least in some spots, we have some cloud cover beginning to roll in from the south and east, and that will give way to mostly cloudy and then rainy conditions later on today. We're at 73 though right now in Tampa. Dew point of 68 degrees. Relative humidity, it's up this morning. It's not awful though. Honestly, it feels pretty comfortable this morning. And even though we do have the chance for widespread showers and storms later today, the first half of the day it should be fine getting out on the water. We'll have northeast winds shifting to the northwest around 10 knots. Gulf temperatures starting to rise. They're up around 78 degrees currently. 2-foot seas through the first half of the day, and then as we get into the afternoon with those showers and storms, those seas may go up just a little bit, but just a light chop out on the bay and inland waters later today. Temperatures in the low to mid 70s to start off our Thursday morning. We warm up to around 87 degrees. That's going to be through around 2 or 3 o'clock. At that point, that's when the widespread showers and storms roll in. Temperatures take a dip, obviously, with that 70% chance for those storms rolling across the area as we go through the second half of the afternoon into the evening. After sunset, which is at 8:05, and I'll tell you, the sunset's not going to be great tonight because those storms in the area, but after sunset, the rain will begin to gradually die down overnight. Here's where the showers and thunderstorms are right now, moving out of the Bahamas. This is a trough of low pressure that actually has the potential to develop into a subtropical or tropical system. Now, it's a small chance, but we're talking about it because it's May 2nd. Hurricane season doesn't begin until June 1st, so a little early, but certainly Mother Nature doesn't care about the calendar, does it? As it tracks to the north, moving away from the Florida Peninsula, it's in that hashed area where it will have the possibility of slowly developing. I really don't think that it develops into anything. Really, all it's going to do is draw in this tropical moisture to bring us that chance for some scattered showers and storms. Let me show you what it looks like on the satellite and radar. This is going into the future. Scattered storms. We'll likely see some pockets of heavy rain as we go through the afternoon, and that will carry into the evening. No severe weather, but there will be the possibility of some locally heavy rainfall that may result in some pockets of flooding this evening. Otherwise, not bad as we go into the weekend. Temperatures in the mid and upper 80s with a slightly better chance of rain on Sunday.
Yeah, so far we've got a couple of incidents that we are watching that are causing some trouble. So we do have some lane blockages on eastbound State Road 70. If you're in Bradenton, just get ready to head out the door. So this is at, you can see the purple area here. So it's at 53rd at Lockwood Ridge Road to Fairfield Boulevard. You're not going to be able to get by as you're getting ready to head out. And unfortunately, the detour, if you're trying to get to I-75, it's going to take you some time. You can either take 64 to the north or head further south. So just plan for an extra few minutes if you do have to head that way in the next few minutes or so. And another crash that we are following, this is a pretty new one here, Brooksville Lake Lindsay Road at Simmons Lake Road. We're not seeing any major delays right now, but we do know that this is a crash with injuries. But overall, though, we do are looking pretty good. We do have a construction closure in Plant City. Knights Griffin Road is closed from Paul Buckman Highway to Wilder Road. So you're going to be detoured around that area as well. Allison?
The bar just keeps getting higher on Central Avenue in downtown St. Pete. Imagine bowls full of color and flavor, and it happens to be organic. Brightside's Candace Avilés has some food for thought. She takes you inside the Brass Bowl Kitchen and Juicery.
Welcome to the Brass Bowl Kitchen and Juicery. My name is Jason Gordon, the executive chef.
When you walk into Brass Bowl, you'll find top-notch decor and a menu that boasts healthy, fresh, organic food.
This is one of our signature and most popular bowls. It's the Mediterranean.
A fun fact about their hanger steak:
we source it 100% organically. It's grass-fed, and we sous vide at 131 degrees, which is a perfect medium rare in our opinion.
If the perfect slice of meat isn't what you're after, don't worry, you've got options.
This is our seasonal roasted vegetables, and they change on a daily basis based on what's in fresh and what's in season. And finally, I have one of our rotating vegan options, which today happens to be the compressed watermelon tuna poke.
That's right, that's watermelon, not tuna, and it tastes insanely delicious. They also have fresh juices ready to go.
My favorite juice is actually the green crack. It's a power shot. I give it to all of my staff in the morning. It's got lots of liquid chlorophyll. It has spinach, kale, and then some lime and apple juice just to kind of cover the kale taste.
The dish's vibrant colors are hard to miss.
This dish seriously could be a piece of art and like hung on a wall.
I appreciate that.
So if you're looking for top quality and tasting food, check out Brass Bowl and you won't be disappointed.
The quality of stuff that you're going to find here on the 600 block of Central, I would argue, unmatched. Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
The Brass Bowl just opened last month, and when you go, take a picture of your food and then share it with us using the hashtag #FoodForThought.
All right, let's get you in the know. Before you go, we're going to run through today's top stories before you head out the door.
If you didn't catch the whole newscast this morning, here are a few of the top stories.
Another worker at a restaurant has tested positive for hepatitis A. They worked at Spring Hill's Silverthorne Country Club and may have been exposed people from April 12th to the 30th. During that time, the country club held 2 different proms at that restaurant. Scary stuff. The Hernando County Health Department is offering free vaccines at their Spring Hill location.
Florida lawmakers are saying yes to arming teachers in the state. They passed a controversial school safety bill that's now waiting for the governor's signature. It's based on recommendations from the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School Public Safety Commission. Most school districts in our area, though, say they will not let teachers have guns.
Attorney General William Barr said he will not appear before the House Judiciary Committee today to testify about the Mueller report. The Justice Department cited a dispute over who would do the questioning. Barr defended himself Wednesday against criticism from Senate Democrats.
A judge ordered New England Patriots owner Robert Kraft to appear at a May 21st court hearing in South Florida. Kraft faces 2 charges of soliciting a prostitute. He's pleaded not guilty. Kraft's lawyers argue that surveillance video of him at that Florida spa should be thrown out.
Believers from every major religion are taking part in the 68th annual National Day of Prayer. President Trump says he hopes it brings people together in the wake of several attacks on Jews and Muslims. There's going to be a local ceremony at 11 o'clock this morning at Armature Works. 600 people are expected to attend, and you can take Brightside with you on the go. You can stay in the know with our daily countdown, which is available on Instagram. Be helpful today because we've got some rain headed our way.
Some showers and a few isolated storms. Nothing severe, guys, but certainly some pockets of heavy rain through the evening commute. Not so much this morning. I think we're rain-free through the morning commute, but obviously that rain moving in out of the Miami area is going to be here later on this afternoon. So this afternoon, 70% chance for those scattered showers and storms. Tomorrow, maybe some morning showers. So the morning commute tomorrow could be a little on the wet side. And then I think we're dry for Saturday, just a 20% chance of rain. Sunday, the rain comes back. High temps, though, stay in the mid and upper 80s through the weekend.
All right, so that earlier crash in Bradenton on State Road 70, our maps are now showing that is cleared, but you can see overall our interstates and our majors are looking pretty good, and Sarasota, Manatee County also checking in clear. So let's look at some of our traffic cameras on the area coming up in just a little bit.
Stick around. Brightside at 6 o'clock is right after this.